the strength of the community. See if this community could stand together on the street and show the strength. You've seen it there in Northern Ireland. 6,000 to 10,000 people coming out. And they hated it. And the media loved it. Because guess what? This community is huge. Huge. And the power and strength that comes from this community is unmatched in the rest of the world. So being in the street, it does work. It's got its purpose. It'll not win the fight, but it definitely has a purpose. So we'll leave it there at that. But everybody needs to actually wake up and realise that it's their job. This time, that attitude saying someone else will do it, that will not work this time. See, if everybody remains with that attitude, guess what? It'll be the first time this community loses a fight. And it'll be a fight that will cripple the community, guaranteed. So it's time to stand up and be counted, plant your feet and fight. Tiocfaidh Yár Bollocks.
On a cold winter's morning, on a bus bound for Milltown, there sat Michael Stone, armed with hand grenades and guns, with a smile as sleek as a snake, my friend, and a duffel coat to his knees. He sat in the chapel with Jerry and Martin and listened to their Hail Marys. Well, he walked into the cemetery and he spoke to the guards in Gaelic. They just waved and winked at him as he walked on by, and he stood in the crowds with all the people as if he was one of their own. But as soon as it started talking in Irish, Michael began to throw. Well, he knew when to hold him, knew when to throw him, knew when to run, but he just walked away. And the Fenians started chasing him. There was 20 dozen or more. Michael stopped, had a wee look, threw a couple more. Well, he knew when to hold him, knew when to throw him, knew when to run, but he just walked away. And the Fenians started chasing him. There was no hedges or alleys, but it was Michael 3, Milltown Mill, Tiocfaidh Yár Bollocks. Well, he knew when to hold him, knew when to throw him, knew when to run, but he just walked away. And the Fenians started chasing him. Was no hedges or alleys, but it was Michael 3, Milltown Mill, Tiocfaidh Yár Bollocks.
Here's a statement that I seen this morning. A tiny, a couple of words, right? And it was said by a friend of mine this morning. And it's one of them ones where you read something as simple as a few words, and you stood back by it. You know, you're saying, Jesus, that actually means something. Them words, and them words were, Britain deserves more than this.
All told their wives when they get home that they didn't know where the blood came from. Beat them with bottles in their fists and their feet, and they kicked them up and down. Cause they hit the Pope and the Virgin Mary. They are the band that terrorised Derry. All the tapes were standing like bricks, and the bass drummer beat them with the bass drumsticks. When the peelers tried to stop their boss, the driver said it's nothing to do with us. So on your way and have a nice day, up the men and the UDA. It was the maddest thing that you ever did see. All the young soldiers in the CYC. They beat them good and they beat them barmy. They fought like soldiers in the Cromwell army. When the peelers tried to intervene, they got it to the best you've ever seen. Pigs ran away and hid behind the police. Up a young man in the CYC. The crowds all cheer as the men walk by. All the soldiers with their head held high. They clap their hands and stamp their feet. Freedom fighters are on the street. So please love, don't be mad with me. Send me uniform out for a wee dry clean. And if the peelers at my door, tell them that I don't live here anymore. Cause I hate the Pope and the Virgin Mary. They are the band that terrorised Derry. All the pigs were standing like pricks, and the bass drummer beat them with a bass drumsticks. It was the maddest thing that you ever did see. All the young soldiers in the CYC. They beat them good and they beat them barmy. They fought like soldiers in the Cromwell army.
I have often thought and wondered what the outcome might have been if the army hadn't came to protect the scattered street. While they shouted all their insults, they threw their petrol bombs and shouts. But on the 16th night of August, we should have shot the Lord. Well, I remember Derry Ogren in a skillet and the boy. But still fresh in my memory is the night we burnt our down. Well, we chased those screaming gunmen down a hooker street they tore, and they sang the song we loved so well, the sash my father wore. Now they cried out, God please help us, please send the army in. And they got down and they pleaded with a bitsy buffalo bill. And so listen, all you opinions, you rebels to the core. Well, the next time you start trouble, then our dying will be no more. So loyalists, I beg you, please come and make a stand against this force of evil, against this stupid man. For we are all united, and we never will be down, with those first standards flying high, the red hand and the crown. You remember Derry Ogren in a skillet and the boyne, but still fresh in my memory is the night we burnt our gun. Well, we chased those screaming gunmen down a hooker street they tore, and they sang the song we loved so well, the sash my father wore. And they sang the song we loved so well, the sash my father wore.
In the village of Kirpin there lived a Mr. Patrick Glass. He was a bit of Fenian, who was always going to mass. One night he was so bloody drunk he could hardly stand at all, and he got off the wrong bus and landed in Larkhall. The Larkhall is red, white and blue, as I'm sure you all recall, and there's a Brody music shop that's known to one and all. Now sitting in the window, all shining bright and new, was a great big ghetto blaster in orange and in blue. Well, Paddy Danny, he picked up the brick and the window he smashed in. And off he went with the stereo to his house in Kiffin. Next to his holy water and his IRA berry, the orange and blue stereo was put upon display. Paddy's Fenian neighbours, they were all invited in, as Paddy's rebel music was the envy of Kiffin. What a shock they all got when the tapes they were put on. Everyone had changed the tune and was playing on the song. Well, Virgin Mary dropped the wain and it smashed into the floor. As Derry's walls come blasting out, Paddy bolted for the door. Down the street he quickly ran and was never seen no more, as the orange and blue stereo played the sash my father wore. As the orange tunes played on and on, they telephoned to Rome, who sent a piece to switch it off, but it could not be done. So if you're going shoplifting, let me warn you one and all, don't steal produce stereos from the shops up in Loch Hall.
Guys, just going to ask a quick question here, right? And I'll not explain why I'm pissed off now. I've just received an email there. Do you know what? In fact, I will say it. Right? Received an email there back. It was via Twitter, and it was a guy that always says, "Do you know one of them guys? Oh, I'll be there. I'll definitely be there." One of these guys. Oh, no surrender. Do you know one of them guys? But then he's never there. Well, I've had enough of these people. So I put it to him, why weren't you there? And he says, oh, now bear in mind, this guy's 23 years old, a year older than I am. And he says, oh, the amount of grief I get from my parents for going to these things, they don't agree with it. Well, hold on a minute, pal. Alright? Do you think my parents agree with everything I do? No. Alright? And I know you're listening. Alright? And you might think this is me being unfair here, but it's not. And I'm not making an example or anything like that. But you're your own man. Alright? You're with the community, or you're not with the community. Do you see what I'm coming for? Your parents might not agree with things, but hey, not everybody agrees with everything. It's up to you. It's what you do now that matters. So, here's the question I'm going to ask. Are any of yous like me? I'll give you my daily routine here and my thought process. I wake up in the morning. I say hi to my kids. Say hi to my fiancée. Say hi to anybody else that's there in the morning. And I'll go for a shower, and in that shower I'll put on some of my tunes. And I'll be proud of them tunes, and that'll build me up for my day. I'm a Protestant, I'm a loyalist. I can achieve absolutely anything today. Then you carry on your full day with that spirit burning. Right? That spirit burning inside you. Because see, the thing is, right? See, even talking to you right now about my culture and our culture, there's a fire brewing inside my belly. And there needs to be that fire in everybody else's belly. That fire that says, do you know what? It's not just a slogan. It's not just words. No fucking surrender. And don't surrender to these people. Aye, they're winning hands down. They're in power. But do you know what? It can change. It can change. See the fire that's in your belly because you're that fucking proud about being a Protestant and you're that proud about being a loyalist. Let it burn and let it lead you. Let it lead your feet. Let it speak the words for your own voice. Let that control your actions. And I guarantee, if you let that fire control your whole body and all the actions that it does, I guarantee you'll make a difference. I guarantee when the time comes, you'll be able to happily sit back and say, do you know what, I done my bit. Whatever the outcome happens at the end of this fight, you can honestly sit back and say, I done my bit. There is not one thing I could have done back then during that struggle that I never done. There is not one thing I could have done more. But no, I think this is a time where you need to actually step back, look at yourself, look at the fight, look at the whole thing as a whole and say, am I ready for this? Is this really what I'm into? Is this really what I want to do? Do I actually really know my history? If I don't know my history, do I want to learn my history? See if the answer's yes, pick up a book, talk to the older guys.